people. We strive to be a family friendly show. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So are we good to go? Is the video on? Excellent. So see, these are the things. These are the things. Also, you'll need to mute yours.
Okay.
Otherwise, there'll be a feedback loop.
All right.
You guys are okay. You guys are all streaming. It's fine. I don't really need to worry about it. We're good to go. Hi. Wait, did someone post on our socials that we're live?
No.
Please do, Ronnie.
The life hasn't started.
Yeah, it has.
It has.
Just refresh. Can we help you get behind the mic?
No.
Okay. So, are you all satisfied with your setup?
Yes.
Excellent. This feels like a mix of behind the scenes and the actual recording. So anyway, let me just start our timer for the sake of the session. And you guys have news, yes? Excellent. I sent it to you on WhatsApp. Yes. So we begin. Sorry. Also, you're familiar with the setup.
Yes.
Good. So people, focus. Okay, behind the mic, we're good to go. Tony, sorry, Veda, C,
Yes.
good to go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Begin in 3, 2. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be. Welcome to yet. Oh, sorry, no. Hold on, wait. Just give me a moment. I've just realized something. For people who are watching live shouldn't be able to see some. Hold on, just give me a moment.
But you know they can already see.
Just give me one moment.
Okay.
It's called onset transformation.
Yes, precisely. You know, qua ground modifications qua ground. Hold up. No, they're not supposed to see our guest.
Too bad. You know, like, what are you
Like
doing?
really? I know.
No. It just hit me that usually we introduce the guest after the news, but now
Actually, I would have yes, but it's fine.
nuts. Anyway, it's fine. We'll get to the introduction. If you're watching, you can see the guest, but she's not here really. It's an illusion. It's your imagination. It's a green screen. Bingo. Anyway, how have you guys been?
Chilling, smoking, meat, smoking meat. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to clarify.
I don't believe you, mind you. Just I really don't believe
I
you.
mean, it is what it is.
All right. So you've been smoking meat.
Smoking meat, yeah.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Is it that kwako hakuna fridge, that's why you're preserving the meat using smoke, or what's happening?
No. You've never had smoked meat before?
Oh, smoked meat is fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's like nini nyama choma over firewood. No, it's like chips over firewood. Have you had chips over firewood?
Yes.
No. I haven't.
Chips over firewood has there's a specific flavor. At least that's what people with better taste buds have told me.
Wow.
No. That's what I've had. I wouldn't know because my taste buds. Let me see how to put it politely. They are able to discern basic flavor differences. Beyond that, though, that's a problem. Like unless, for instance, unless you put a large amount of garlic in food, I won't be able to taste it. Like if you made your food with garlic or without, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Like anyway, that's beside the point. How have you been?
Good. Yeah.
Why not Gouda like the cheese?
Gouda.
No, not like the cheese.
Why not Gouda like the cheese? The big cheese.
The big cheese.
The big cheese.
Am I really a fan of cheese? No, I'm not. But I do enjoy pizza, but I'm not a fan of cheese.
Please leave. Tony, just push her seat away. Just wheel it away.
Get out of here.
Just push. You're not pushing hard enough, Tony. Just,
It's all right. I'm merciful.
no, you just don't have muscle mass.
That too.
No, but it's fine. The only person here with muscle mass is the guy behind the mic and the guy behind the video, who deserves a special shout out today because of the fantastic work he's done in setting us up. So, nah. You deserve a special shout out.
Fun fact: this almost never happened.
He had decided no life today.
No live apparently, but anyway, it's all good. We are set up, and yeah. So we have news. Yes, we have news. No,
We do.
we do.
Yeah, we
At
do.
least I do.
We do.
Do you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I do the we do, man. I'm corrupting
Yeah.
the song, and anyway. Oh, haircut. This is about as fresh as you'll see me with a haircut because I had it done yesterday. So nice and shiny. Hold up. Let me just see.
No
if
wonder
the-
we can't tell the difference between where the hairline starts.
Let me just no, relax. Let me just. People need to hear the hold on. Has that sound been picked up, guy behind the mic? He assures me that it has not, but I really hope you did. Anyway, over to our news. Dang it! I realized I forgot my harmonica again. I'm sorry. Who and yeah, over to the news. Guy, sorry, Tony. All right, you know what? No, for the
She wasn't pretending to be tall. It's the seat that is actually going down.
ooh. All right, in that case, let me just there you go,
No, I'm actually quite stunned.
Are you sure you don't want to switch?
Adjusting?
No, I want to switch seats so that you have something that's comfortable for you.
No, it's fine.
You sure?
Okay, let's do it.
Again, onset transformation.
Careful not to rock the microphone.
Okay.
Yes, just don't.
You helped me halfway. Thank
No,
you
you're
very
supposed
much.
to pull the seat backwards. She goes and then you push it in.
Chivalry is dead, my friend.
Oh wow. Okay.
Chivalry is dead. It died a death, a horrible death. No, a slow death. And it died a long time ago. Anyway, pretend I just blew a harmonica. Over to your news, whoever's going first. So you do like a rock, paper, scissors thing and go first. Okay, so who wins?
She did.
Okay, so you're the loser. Start.
Oh, that's how it works. Well,
You're a loser. Anyway, carry on, loser.
speaking of taking L's, so eBay acquires an NFT marketplace known as Known Origin. If you get it, you get it. So-
that is funny.
I find this to be quite interesting, especially for a company like eBay. You would think, or I do think, if you're familiar with eBay's function as a company, is like a catalog of finds, right? And NFTs with the F is find. So now you can easily find known NFTs on eBay, and this will be coming in very, very soon. And also find something interesting. I think they're launching their first collection called Genesis, which will be like 3D illustrations of sports or famous sports athletes that have been featured on previous covers or something like that. So if that's your thing, watch out. eBay is coming for your digital wallet.
I have a question. If the first is Genesis, is the last one Revelation?
You're funny. Go home.
Thank you.
But yes, would you buy an NFT from eBay?
Um,
No, I think a question for you. Would you buy an NFT is more or less your question.
I would actually. I would.
Would you buy my NFT?
I would.
why haven't you bought my NFT?
Because this
Link in
economy
the
is tight,
description
my
below.
guy. This economy is tight. You know, it's hey Buddha, I'm struggling, but I'm struggling. Getting this haircut yesterday, I
How much was it?
that's not important. It was more than I budgeted for. that's the important thing.
Inflation.
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 Inflation is everywhere, bro. You go to the toilet, to the shop. You go to the shop one day and toilet paper
My
toilet paper is this price. You go to the shop the following day or the next day or they will have after however long, and it's this price. Inflation. So that's why I haven't bought your NFT. Any of your NFTs.
What are friends for?
They are here to lie to you and boost your confidence until until
Until it becomes inflated. Ha, ha, ha.
And then you can't buy.
just leave, please. Just go. The door is there, Tony. Just go walk.
No, I'm
out.
just fine. I'm doing just fine.
Right. That's an interesting. Oh, so would I buy something off eBay? I have been thinking about it, but eBay has had
eBay is the OLX of North America.
yes, that's the thing. You can get some fantastic finds, but you can also get some fantastic thieves and where to find them.
Catch
Anyway.
me if you can.
Anyway, that is interesting though. That is interesting news. Number six. We didn't introduce ourselves, did we?
We're famous, man.
It's too.
They already know us by now.
Oh, sorry. I'm one of your co-hosts, Michael. He's Tony, but he goes by the name Veda, and she is Gloria, but she goes by number C because Tony doesn't know how to count all the alphabet. Anyway, yeah, we're done with the intros. You have news, or should I go next?
I have news.
Hi.
Do you remember in Rwanda, or is it one of these African countries? They deliver
There are many African countries.
one of our African countries
Uh-huh.
deliver drugs, medicine.
Okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
correction, medicine.
Zipline?
Medicinal drugs
The zip line. Now,
by Zipline.
No, the company is called.
Oh, bro, I was thinking, how are you delivering drugs by Zipline? That's a drug method of transportation, not a medicinal. Anyway, carry on.
now in Scotland, they're delivering
Scotland.
yes,
Uh-huh.
school meals using
Ooh.
drones.
Ooh, neato.
How massive are these?
No, but my question is, this is going to sound a bit weird, but do many schools not have provisions to cook at the facilities?
Now that's the question.
Okay, that's a good question. If you're in Scotland, please hit us up. Now on to my news. IE is dead. Long live IE. It seems that we have entered an era of companies killing products and stuff. And yeah, IE is dead.
Best browser to download other browsers.
Yeah, which is now Edge. But yeah, IE is dead. Well, at least support is gone. However, for those in our Kenyan audience who are listening or watching, if you thought Kenya was interesting, we have kindred spirits in the form of Japan. You know how in Kenya we are slow to take things up,
Yeah.
and Tony can back me up here, but
I know nothing jokes, no.
but in Kenya we hate on our inability to be proactive or to be quick on the uptake. But Japan is also there. So half of Japan's businesses are yet to ditch IE. Yes, half.
Yet to.
Half. Although this was so, there was a poll or something. Hold on, wait. According to Nikkei, many of those companies have dragged their heels on switching to okay. So almost half was said to still be using. Yep. So Japan, as of March, so a couple of months ago, half the businesses in Japan were yet to ditch Internet Explorer. So Kenya tuko sawa. If you want bureaucracy, you can. If you want the bureaucracy of Kenya, but you want to go to a new land, go to Japan. If you want the paperwork of Kenya, but in a new environment,
Go to
Go to
Japan.
Japan. If you want as an equivalent level of an equivalent financial whatever, because the exchange rate is about the same. If you want the same equivalence in terms of currency, but at a higher cost of living, go to
Japan.
Japan. But if you want more trees, if you want a really peaceful environment, a place where you can cycle and with
Stay in Kenya.
a decent infrastructure, go to Japan.
Huh?
No, go to Japan. No, bro. Japan is actually really good in terms of like cycling infrastructure. It's fantastic. It is fantastic.
It's a hilly nation.
Uh-huh.
It is fantastic in terms of like cycling infrastructure. If you want to be fighting with matatus, actually, sorry, no. Small aside here. The big in my time cycling, like on the roads,
Mhm.
the biggest or the closest I've got to an accident is with the boda. Forget a matatu, forget it's the boda.
So it's the Nduthi guys,
Then do the guys who are the pro. Okay, no, let me not say that.
not the private Nduthi guys, the kawaida Nduthi guys.
I have no comment. I am sitting close to one. I am sitting close to one, so I'd better watch my
Watch your words.
yes. Anyway, that's my news number one item. Wait, you're done with your newses? Oh, hi. All right. Cloudflare was down, so as always, certain parts of or large parts of the internet were down, and you get greeted by 500 internal server error. So, but this was as of yesterday. Yeah, as of yesterday. But things are coming back up. And last, doth thee use Telegram? Do you
Mhm.
use Telegram? Telegram?
Yeah.
Telegram? There is now a subscription called Telegram. What? Telegram what? Hold on. Hold on. Give me a moment. It's called Telegram what? Telegram Premium, I think. I think it's Telegram Premium. That's the name.
Does it come with Edgar Barre's channel?
No.
Yeah, Telegram Premium at $4.99. $4.90. Okay, $5 a month.
500 a month.
Yeah, well, it's
Thereabouts.
like
Wait, what's in the paid? Like what's paid?
premium okay, so all the features are outlined in a post. So some of it, this is just off a summary, but the link to the announcement is so you have larger maximum file upload size. You've got faster downloads. You've got double limits in terms of like say ordinary users can join up to 500 channels. Did you know there's a limit on channels? I did not. Tony, how many channels are you in? That's Telegram Premium is for you. So instead of 500, you have 1,000. You can create a number of folders, like it's double for different things, and you get to have what else? You have you have longer bios with a link. You have exclusive content. Yeah, Telegram Premium. So assume 120 at like 600 about 600 shillings a month. Would you get it? You can get it. She can get it. Anyone can get it. No? You wouldn't get it?
I don't get it.
Okay, sour. All right. That's it for my news. I'm done. Boom. It's finished.
Harmonica?
Wait, sorry. Before harmonica, get behind the mic. You posted on our socials, right? Ah,
No,
excellent.
that's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie, isn't it? Okay, so Tony, do the thing. Real quick.
I do not have access to
What do you mean? Bro, what do you mean? Ah. Like now, like now. Real quick. Okay, so can we talk about the weather, which is actually a more interesting subject than people give it credit for? Or,
Yeah, let's talk about global warming.
yeah, no, I don't mean like that inflamed a subject or that inflammatory a subject. I mean like just in general, lovely weather we are having, don't you think?
Yeah, sure.
See, you're meant to make it interesting, bro. Now this is where you leave. Wait, Gabi, and the mic.
This
You
is
know,
the-
this is filler. This is anime filler right here. This is Kakashi's mask episode right here. If you know, you know. You're done. Excellent. Anyway, so no, just before we go into the actual meat of the subject of the episode, the weather can be an interesting subject to discuss because, for instance, you can talk about like how it is that we haven't got as much rain, for instance. What effect can that have on whatever crop production for the next couple of months, for instance? The weather can be a very interesting subject if you put your mind to it. You don't want to put your mind to it. Okay, it's fine. Forget it. Forget it. We've got okay, it's fine. Sorry, I've just seen a message. We've got a lovely guest here. She is a repeat offender, sadly. She has been brought to the staff room before and she did not learn her lesson. So she's back.
Today, all teachers, Tandika.
Yeah, so welcome once again to our lovely guest. Vunja microphone. Just break it. Break. Just
Moya Davis was gonna.
break. Just here. You can take the pen. You can take the mug. You can take.
And then
Yeah.
Unja
Okay.
We have my flowers and for coming to the show.
All right.
We are
The flowers.
Thank you.
She's a flower. Yes.
Why are you sexist?
Oh wow! No, not on camera.
Why? It's a bit too late for that.
Things just got heated. No, I actually think Tony looks like a flower. I mean, just look at him. It's like he's got the hair like those two leaves. Like just look at those two leaves. Look at those two leaves. They're all over the place like leaves. The petals haven't opened just yet, but these petals haven't opened yet, but they will. I'm confident. Yeah. Anyway, welcome, Shirley.
Thank you.
We have kept you waiting for far too long. However, it is all for a good cause. And having done a lot of talking, Tony, take it away. Anyway. For those of you who missed Shirley, we talked about this is the episode on You're Fired, Pew Pew, I think. That was when she last made an appearance. What episode number was that, Tony? Do you remember?
The Pew Pew episode.
Yeah, the Pew Pew episode.
It was the Great Resignation. Yeah.
That one.
Excusez-moi s'il vous plaît. So for context, for those who are unfamiliar with you, Shirley, tell us a little bit about yourself, such as
Not too much. Just
come on.
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
just a little bit. For instance,
Okay.
what's your name? What do you do? How old were you when you sacrificed that little goat? Such.
I love the eyes.
Nothing too personal, but
All right, that's fine. Okay, thank you for having me. So for those who do not know me, I'm Shirley Omari. I'm a human resource practitioner, award-winning,
Hey.
and
Hey.
recent career coach. Yeah, so I've been in the industry for I'd say 9 years, but my recent passion has gone towards the future of work. That's what we're going to be discussing today. So, yeah, let's take it away.
I think Shirley has done such a great job introducing this episode. I think she could take our jobs.
You know what? Here, I'm signing this paperwork right now. Take over.
Yeah. Actually, what's the
It's all yours.
What's
The
the-
podcast is all yours.
what's the
Thank you. I'll actually take you up for it.
Let me up the figure.
spicy? Spicy. Anyway, yes.
Okay.
So here we are today talking, as our lovely guest has mentioned, about the future of work. Yes, I know I said future, but it's to help you spell it, right? Right?
A spell or help you spell.
Help anyone spell. You see,
Wow.
sorry, no, I'm about to go on a tangent here again,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
sorry for this, but little tricks like this have a big impact on your ability to recall certain things. For instance, there's this French word used to refer to the small bitings you'll get at fancy dinners. It's if you want to get technical, it sounds like dub, but I know I've killed the phrase, but now or the name, but pronouncing it the way it's written helps.
Mm.
Yes, hos d o e ouvres. Yes, d o e ouvres. HORS d o e ouvres. Anyway, that's beside the point. The future of work. Now, before we get too far, before we go too far forward, let's let's take a moment of self-reflection. You know, if you do not learn from History Channel, you are doomed to repeat History Channel. So before we talk about the future of work, let's talk about the past, the present, where we are now. So, phrase it however you wish. You know, points for through pass, like such that you set yourself up for the future of work. But tell us a bit about the past and the now.
The past.
Yes,
The past.
the past, like Genesis past.
Like the Kitambo part.
No, it doesn't have to
My
be Genesis
God.
past.
Okay, so in
but,
my own language,
yes.
I think the transformation has gone from normal job descriptions to project oriented work. And also, work has progressed more automated in terms of, owning your employee experience or running your company. What else has changed? I mean, also the hybrid working space. Yeah, and now we're having companies that actually just do remote work and people who prefer that. So I'd say that has been the transition of the workspace.
All right. I will. There's a thread I've picked up, so I'm holding on to it. In the meantime, Tony, why are you drawing circles and shading them?
What are you doodling?
I'm taking notes.
That's no. Those are not notes.
She said no.
No, and
She said
hybrid.
hybrid.
Ah.
It's continuing.
Okay, that is impressive. I'm sorry for imputing wrong motives on you, Tony.
Remote work.
I was going. You guys stopped my brain cells halfway.
You have brain cells? I'm sorry. Anyway, so
All right,
so
yeah.
back to the thread I pulled out. You mentioned especially the hybrid setup, and you've mentioned the entirely remote setup, right?
Yeah.
Now, excuse me. How big a deal do you think the past couple of years have been in accelerating that process?
Of the remote and the hybrid.
Mhm.
So, to be very honest, I think globally as a human race, we were forced to get into that sort of working space because yes, some companies had that as their part of their company. Yes, you can work from home, but I think most companies were forced to work from home after the pandemic. Some industries really suffered. Some couldn't work from home. The manufacturing industry, the banking industry. So I'd say nature has accelerated where we are. And also the demands that are coming up and the innovations that keep on coming up, we have to also adapt to it because, yeah.
Sorry, Tony. You've been taking fantastic notes. Is there anything you want to pick up, or should I continue with my line of questioning?
It's written COVID-19 to 23. Wow, okay.
With a question mark because we don't know.
Wait, have you just done COVID-19,
19,
20,
20,
21,
21,
22?
Guys, it's how my brain works. Okay.
Your mind is an animal, but it's fine. It's fantastic.
Well, his brain cells are everywhere. So
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. It really is all good. So
I did have something.
carry on.
Right. As we get into the future of work, I've
Yeah.
written a very nice snippet of this. Okay. So the future of work is being shaped by two humongous forces, powerful forces. Right. One, technology. Okay.
Technologic. No.
Ayo, that song.
No.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
technology is 50 Cent Justin Timberlake. It's a very
I know the song you're talking about.
yeah. But now
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
Yes. One, technology, which we'll dive into
Yeah.
later. And number two is the expansion of the workforce on both, like you mentioned, physical and virtual spaces, on and off, a balance sheet, which I will explain later what I mean by that, and something I like to call globalization, globalization of
This
the
guy's a
workforce.
bully.
Yeah, it's usually very intentional.
No, sorry. I saw a joke. I saw a fantastic joke
Of
on
course
my
you did.
phone. No. I
Of course
really
you
did. Do you want me to tell it to you?
Oh
Yes.
God.
No, no, carry on.
So, like, as we go through this conversation, my key takeaways want to be is from you as a expert in the HR space,
Mm,
right? And been in the industry for quite some time now, is
mhm,
what changes do you think the workplace is going to experience,
mm.
and how can one businesses better prepare for it, and two, we individuals, how can we better equip ourselves for this change?
Okay. Wow. Great.
Heavy
Uh huh.
topics. I dig it.
Yeah.
There we go. Nguvu. See, this is why we wanted you here, not drawing your. Anyway.
It's through the drawing that I did not come up with those thoughts.
Oh, is that why I'm seeing a weird.
There's a chicken, there's a train,
Of
and then
thoughts.
train of thought, and then there's
A dog.
A dog that looks weird. Anyway, it's
Oh,
fine.
that's my drawing.
Yeah, it's hard drawing.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, just because you're a guest, you drew. You opened yourself up to this. You drew.
Okay. All right. So, okay. I'll integrate it into one.
Yeah.
So I'd say for companies, okay, what has always been is have a good strategy and have good culture. But then now, and structure, culture, and strategy. But then what now works is you better have a good system. Yeah. So now everyone is seeing the importance of a system in a company, because how now we're going to integrate your experience to technology is that now there are advanced systems that are coming up that, can even map, your skill to know what your job would look like, let's say in 2 years, what skills you need to have for that job, say in 2 years, if that job will exist or be declared redundant. So there are actually systems that have skill matrices, and the HR people and also the managers, or you can hire somebody who's an expert in mapping out talent. So you just you keep on mapping out your matrix with the skills that are needed for each and every single role. So by that, you're able to foretell as an employer and also as an employee, you're able to track and update yourself. So if it's training you need, if it's some sort of new remodeling you need to do, so that you can be able to work with the system, then yeah, I'll break it down as per the employee experience. Okay, so let me break it down.
Break it down.
You have us hooked.
Wow, okay, let me break it down as the employee experience. So, um, yes.
Would you like a boombox and like a.
oh wow, for her to break it down.
Yes.
No, but I wanted water, but she did give me.
Oh snap! Oh snap! I'm so sorry. I am.
Okay.
Sorry. Excuse me. I'll be back. I'll be right back. Give me one
Okay.
moment.
So, great disclaimer. I'm a partner of Biz Marlin HR. That is a HR system that I'll mostly be speaking about, because it's a system that has so far adapted to what I believe is going to be the adaptation of the future of work, because it has not only found a way to track how work would be in the future and your entire employee experience, it's also managed to integrate into your culture. So say you have a system in place, you don't have to purchase a whole system. You can just integrate maybe your payroll there. If you just want 2 modules, if you just want the skill matrix, or if you just want a succession plan module, you can just get that and then it's integrated to your system. So you don't have to go through the whole hullabaloo of getting another system. So how I wanted to break it down. So employee experience. So say from the employer side, there's a need for a role. So you come up with a job description.
Right.
So what is now going to be the future of work is the complete automation. So some companies are already doing it. So automation in the sense that there are always going to be templates for specific roles that are part of workflows. So we have things that are called workflows in each and every module in HR. So the modules I'm speaking about are onboarding, performance management,
Mhm.
payroll, projects. Yeah, so after you source the talent, it's you also have the ownership to know which how do I put it, which site you want the position to be posted. Maybe if it's on just on LinkedIn or Indeed or Glassdoor, it gives you the opportunity to do that as well. Then coming down to this is the interesting part. Now coming down to now the candidates and the pipeline. So you see most companies, if you're not suited for a role, you're just given a rejection letter. But now what companies are doing is they're actually now putting a status to each and every candidate. So they'd map you to, say this would be a perfect role for this would be a perfect talent for this role. Yeah. So say you'd put it in the status, and everyone in the system would be able to see, okay, we'll have like 10 people in the pipeline who can possibly be this and this. So then we have a pipeline that's automated. Then after the onboarding, so onboarding has also really, progressed as, and I think it's really, really going to change in the future. So, it came from, thank you.
Milady, sorry, which where?
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, onboarding, you really think it's going to change in the coming
Thank
future?
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Had you lost
I
your train of
lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Michael,
So
why are
with
you mixing our
onboarding-
guests up?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
All right. So with the onboarding, it was in person, physical, yeah. So then it moved to let's automate the whole onboarding process to it's half automated and half in person, just so that you keep the human touch. But then you see, as we speak now, there's so many companies that have different branches in different countries. So now it's moving to complete automation of the onboarding it's moving from manager owned to self owned. So let's say I'm coming to a company, the company has an app. I'm referring to Bismali now because it also has an app. So you get into the company and you can be able to see what you need, the resources you need to start off your job, or the onboarding material that you need to go through for your specific role. So let's move to now when you're in the company, and of course you have to have a performance management. Yeah, same thing, workflows. So from when you are adopting a system, you'll put different workflows. So you'll say for performance management, I'll be doing, say, I'll be evaluating my staff members every quarter. So you can set that recurrent and it to always, ping up. So you can evaluate yourself as an employee, and also you're also evaluated. So it's an ad hoc, and you get feedback across, and you get to see your performance evaluation as it develops. Then after performance management, now culture integration, and then now we come to offboarding as well, which it's
You're
still
fired.
okay.
I mean, that's
You
one way.
can-
That's
you-
one way to get to that stage.
you can resign. You can get another. You can,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think you need to stop talking. I think you need to just
I'm sorry.
Michael,
don't
why are you doing this to
talk.
our guests?
Yeah.
Okay, please carry on. Please carry on.
Yes. Yeah. So future of work. Every company.
Sorry, before you continue,
Yeah.
I just want to recap on a few things you mentioned.
Mm.
One is the notion of digitizing an important chunk of what the essence of HR is, and that's particularly to do with onboarding,
Mhm.
right? Now, and we've all seen how tech works. Tech is like a virus. It starts with one thing and slowly creeps into everything,
Yeah.
right? And that has its own pros and cons. So HR being very human, even in the name, right? Yeah, it's in the name, requires a human. Okay, or rather, that's the notion. I'm speaking as what
A
is
human
generally the
touch,
notion, right? What is the cost benefit analysis of? Is there something like over digitization when it comes to the whole HR field?
Yeah.
And what is the general like thought around keeping or trying to retain the human touch, right? But at the same time, improving efficiency by adopting technology.
Yeah.
Where's the mind at as a practitioner?
Okay. So the human touch comes in with the culture integration. because from when you set up, okay, say you say, I want to develop my HR, experience for my employees. um so how we can draw the line is you have to customize the experience as per the industry and as per the company itself. So if the company has a global management front, then there wouldn't necessarily be an over digitization, because such companies have a lot of travel, they have a lot of virtual meetings, engagement activities. So I think there's a way they have managed to adapt to that sort of culture. But then when it comes down, because in some companies I've worked in, it gets hard to just interact with the system, and you're not interacting with a person. So now that's when you get creative. Even if the whole process from you being onboarded to being offboarded is through a system, as a HR practitioner, I'll see what skills do I need to have to onboard on a different aspect which has a human experience. What skills do I need? Say maybe I can be a strategist, or just make sure that there's successful job placements at the end of the day. Yeah, so I'd say the human touch comes in, when now the human resource side and also the employer side see the company, understand the culture, and then customize each experience according to that. So that's how people are kind of meeting it halfway. So you'd see some things are very automated, but then some companies also do the hybrid automation. And also, because some companies, I mean, some industries like manufacturing and banking, they still have the human touch. So yeah, I mean, there you might find their onboarding and performance management is so different. It might be in person. The system is just to track and to be able to know your developments and to map what jobs you can do in what year and what skills you need. So I'd frame it around that.
Interesting, interesting.
Pause, Tony. This is a serious question. This is like a legit serious
Okay.
question.
Okay.
It better be.
No, trust me, it is up. You mentioned that there's a shift from it being manager driven to being self driven.
Yeah.
Is there any inherent risk with that shift? And I ask this in the sense of, you see, a lot of things, or we tend, in many workplaces, the viewpoint is that managers are important to ensure things get done, to ensure that there's consistency, to ensure there's accountability.
Mhm.
Is there any danger from having it shift from manager driven to self driven, from the so-called accountants of everything else to the less reliable?
To the self-accounting.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely, because you see also the whole aspect of a manager is changing from a manager to a leader, and
Mhm.
so um there wouldn't be a risk, I'd say, because you see your manager at the end of the day will have to approve things. Yeah, but you see, if you have hold of your whole process, there's some sort of accountability at the end of the day. And of course your manager, because guys are moving from management to coaching and being in more of leaders. So of course managers are also tracking their management skills and their yeah, across the.
So it's essentially pretty much like the shift from being in an office with someone breathing down your neck to working from home where you can sleep, but you also need to be accountable to someone.
Well, so I can put it back to like Biz Marley in HR. So it has two applications. So there's one application that you can clock in and clock out. Yeah. So there's also been a lot of questions around how do we know if people are working. But companies actually have these dashboards and this system trackers that they can check, especially salespeople, tech people, even in HR. Because you see, in HR some companies have automated it, so your performance is evaluated based on how many tickets you solve in a day, right? So yeah, that's how I'd frame it.
All
That,
right.
yeah.
I'm going to drill a bit deeper into this conversation.
Okay.
And the future of work has a future whereby um, people see each other less on
Okay.
on the same physical space, um, for various reasons. Either you're a hybrid company,
Mhm.
your talent is spread across multiple time zones,
Mhm.
um, and coming from a traditional background,
Yeah.
right, where you had a manager who could just walk onto your desk and peep, or quick ask a quick question on what are we up to, etc., etc. Now, I did read a very fascinating article that highlights how some companies are potentially requiring their employees to install quote unquote surveillance software to
Oh
try
wow.
to
Okay.
try and monitor what you're doing. Because think about it, okay?
Mhm.
Picture yourself as a business, right?
Mhm.
I've hired you in a full-time role. You're
Mm.
at home.
Yeah.
I can't drive to every person's home and
Yeah.
quickly stop and see what are you doing, right?
Hey Tony.
Right?
Hey Tony,
Yeah.
how you doing? No, I just wanted to check on you. You know, how you doing? How's your health? Also, just as a related point, have you been working today?
Yeah. Right. And with the future of work being less physical, is what's the general take, both personal and
Mm.
from the industry, since you're talking to the people coming up with all these policies,
Yeah.
is one, do you think it's intrusive of companies to require you to install particular software that is tracking activity of what you're doing? Because some businesses can justify that, honestly.
Mhm.
um, and just tell us a little bit more about, like, why would businesses think in that side, and why shouldn't they think from that side, and what can businesses do if they do not want to be intrusive onto people's spaces?
Right. I'm gonna start by this really funny post I saw on LinkedIn. So this guy posted, I do allow my employees to work from home, but not just any home, my home. And then you can see a picture of the employees in the sitting. But totally get what you mean. But then I think it all comes down to, I think we're all adults, yeah. When you're getting into a job, please read the contract, read the terms of employment. Maybe that is their culture. They have to install the surveillance. As a person, if you feel it's intrusive, I mean, there's so many other jobs out there, because once start working for an employer, I mean, it might be intrusive, but then that is their way of tracking and making sure that
Work is
revenue is coming, because at the end of the day they want revenue. So I mean, I wouldn't say it's intrusive, and I don't really have an opinion on it. But I'd also just, encourage people to also find friendlier systems that, allow your manager to track you or your employer to track you. I mean, just like like, is Marley in HR, sorry, I'll go back there. So you clock in and then you clock out when you're done with work. And then, of course, if you're a salesperson or if you're a marketing person, maybe they're, you know, some things you needed to do for the day, so that's already captured in the system itself. So that's something else. Bring it back before you join a company. You also need to see and research your need. How do they do things? Even when you're being interviewed, ask questions to even research more about what the future of work is, because you just might be there and you're being told, hey, we have to put a surveillance in your house. And then so always just, because it's your right to understand your terms of employment, and you wouldn't want to breach just because you feel like it's intrusive, and it's the culture, it's the way they track the revenue.
Right now, so that we fall into topic,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's a key thing. We've mentioned a lot of things of how the future of work is taking shape, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the future, is still not here, but it's taking shape. The things and policies we're doing right now are shaping the future. At the
Yeah.
beginning, I mentioned technology, but to be specific, I was meaning about AI adoption in work.
Mm.
So how is that taking shape? How are people like you using
AI.
or intending to use AI
Yeah.
into?
So AI, so it's automatically integrated to the systems that I'm talking about. Yeah. So how I use AI, if I'm hiring somebody, the like Biz Marley in HR, has a very so it knows what you're looking for, what skills you're looking for. So it maps out. So when you apply and we have all the candidates who've applied, it maps out the skills for me, and I don't have to go through each and every single resume. So it just picks up based on your resume and the JD and what it's looking for, and the pipeline is made so much shorter for me. So that's how I use AI with
So
recruiting.
it's I'm going to sound as a
Conspiracy theorist.
no, the other one.
Tinfoil,
Sca-
tinfoil head,
No.
hat,
No.
tinfoil hatter.
No,
What? Devil's advocate.
closer.
Yourself.
Judge, jury,
Hey.
Wait.
execution.
Please, you need to train your language model a bit more.
Very good.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Skeptic, right? I'm going
Ah.
to be a bit of a skeptic.
Buddha, you've struggled with skeptic.
I know. Is I'm from an engineering background.
Okay.
And what you mentioned sounds like a matching algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need AI to match talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have this pool that you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
and you have this amount of data sets that you're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just create like a simple matching algorithm for it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm finding it is it now this is me devil's advocate.
Mhm.
Is the industry just using AI because it's fancy
Mm-hmm.
as a marketing tool and a PR tool,
Mm.
or they actually implementing AI to make, in this case, recruiting, because it sounds like it's more of a recruiting angle,
Yeah.
much more like efficient.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, what biases or data sets are being used that would make this matching very, very not efficient. Efficient is not the right word. Very non-biased.
Yes, yes, because there's a big concern around bias with
AI.
AI, and so remember the question, but for context, if you're unfamiliar with the issue of bias, it especially you, dear listener or watcher, you know it. Anyway, no, but getting serious. So there have been several issues where, due to the training data used in the development of this AI systems, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the tradition, like for instance, in terms of loan eligibility, if you use a machine learning model, for instance, because historically women had less access to opportunities to get financing, for instance, that might mean that depending on your background, it might be a bit more difficult for you to access certain funds or certain amounts of finances. So that's a good question. Over to you. That was the context. Now,
Wow. I
Boom.
actually, did not know that there was a concern of bias with AI integration. I'm actually sure this is the first time I'm hearing it. Yeah.
The question would be: is there bias to begin with when it comes to HR AI-based systems?
Not really. Okay, let me move away from so recruiting. I think you're talking about an application tracking system, yeah, that matches out based on your JD. But then you see the aspect that I talked about is the progression of understanding any pipeline that is coming into my system. Can they be mapped out in any existing role or in any future role? Yeah. So that has never been in existence before. We were just, tracking and then receive out. But you see, now you can actually, keep on mapping out and know, because you might interview somebody whose role is relevant in 3 years but is not in existence now. Yeah. So that's the aspect behind it. And it's not biased, because let me look for another aspect: performance management and succession planning, because succession planning is basically the future of work. So take an org chart, yeah. So an org chart has the whole structure of the whole company. So as roles keep on changing, it keeps on updating itself. So you're able to map out, okay, these roles have actually never been redundant, so they're critical, yeah. So you're able to base all future hirings or future performance evaluation based on that, yeah. So it gives you that information, yeah. So you see, I've approached it from recruitment, and also, so recruitment, anyone comes into my pipeline, I'm able to map them out. Yeah. Performance management, it's you're able to, AI now can now map out and update the org chart, and map out critical roles, map out which roles are not criticals, map out which roles can be combined. Yeah. So, and that is not, because in the past you just receive a letter that your role is redundant, but now you're able to track and see, is my role, is it, do I need to innovate more, do I need to like improve on a skill? Yeah.
What are the drawbacks with using like the workflows?
The workflows.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
terms of an employee and an employer, because what I'm seeing right now, one of
Mm.
the major drawbacks is bias.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what have you done to curb this?
Yeah, so for workflows, to avoid biasness, so you have to ensure that the right people are in the workflow chat, because the workflows is the people who approve. And so yeah, that's my answer to that.
There are no other drawbacks.
Drawbacks, I'd say not really, because you see, with the workflow you can keep on updating it. You can keep on saying, okay, if I want to offboard, it just needs to go to this. If I need to hire this position, it just needs this approval. So if I've detected, you see, maybe like right now, a role that exists in HR is monitoring the process. As a human also comes the human aspect, so you'll be able to tell maybe if you noted a biasness, and then you re-strategize the workflows all over again based on each HR module. Yeah.
I'm seeing that in the employer's side. What about the employee side?
Yeah, so you see, workflows mostly is the employer side. Yeah. Because I mean, employees don't really get to interact with workflows unless you're a hiring manager or you have a team. But yeah, so employees are mostly exposed to the application. And I have an employee self-service channel that I can operate everything. But I'm not really, why would I be, okay, just think about it like this. Why would I be, if I've just joined a company, why would I be in the workflow approval of, let's say, my performance or a job? You get what I mean? So it's based on feasibility as well, and how it matches. Yeah. 10 job silence.
Actually, interesting. Someone has mentioned something right here. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Yeah. Anyway, so excuse me. First of all, sorry. Mercy, shout out. Hey, Shirley. Anyway, now back to the main concern of from Andrew. The nuance of human judgment as a concern. You see, in many cases, well, at least not in many cases. Like, I'd like to think, given my background of interacting with people in the job space, that in the human resource space, in whether it's hiring or onboarding or whatever, there are certain, how would I put it? There are certain things you pick up on in interactions with others that might influence, that might sway your judgment. For instance, in terms of, not just in terms of suitability to the position, but say the team that someone is assigned to, or say the task they're assigned to. How does the use of AI capture that or account for that? Yeah, at least I'm hoping I've captured the concern, because so this is what has been posted. AI recruitment concerns lacks nuance of human judgment. So at least I'd like to think I've phrased it in a way that captures the idea. So response.
Or the human. So so the recruitment side of it starts with the human opinion, because before you recruit for a position, you have to have the need. So you have to have the JD, and then you have to say, this is the JD and these are the skills that are needed for that. So that's the human touch there. And then now, the system now, ATS, and also mapping out the pipeline based on the role. So that's the human touch that it has, because before anything is automated, it has to be customized. Also, it doesn't have to be biased as well. I think also it's, I tend to believe, and I've also worked with so many emotionally intelligent people. So I mean, even somebody who's a HR practitioner wouldn't necessarily, I mean, it's basic. I mean, it needs to be, if I'm hiring for a software engineer, I mean, if the JD and the skills are right there, I mean, it's something automated. So even if I leave the company, somebody else can pick it up, and so there's no biasness. Yeah, it's yeah. So it starts with the human planning before automating anything. You have to customize it based on your culture and the strategy you have for the modules and
And
everything. Yeah.
and would there also be room for human intervention?
Yes, so like I said, there are roles where now you check if the workflows have been working. So if you see a gap or you notice something strange, just change the workflow altogether, and
Bada bing, bada boom, you've got yourself something. Huh?
yeah.
Most excellent. Most excellent.
Right. I have a follow-up question
Mm-hmm.
related to humans and culture.
Okay.
Right. We live in a very interesting time where it's multi-generational workforce, right?
Mm,
Where you could find workplaces have up to 5 generations within. Right?
I've
Yeah. Yep. 5 generations within. Reason being, like
Okay,
we,
yeah.
we are at a time where people are retiring later than they used to before. So if retirement was 60, you're finding people are working till 70, right? And so on and so forth, right?
well, first of all, you can work till 70. I mean, there's a cap.
Depends on the institution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But basically, what I'm trying to say is people are living longer due to medical advances. And as a result, because capitalism, you need to work more,
Yeah.
right? For sustenance reason is how are you guys thinking about leveraging technology to one build a better culture? Because like if it's 5 generations, there's definitely going to be misunderstandings,
Yeah.
right? Because of generational differences,
Yeah.
right? That's one. And as a result, how can you use the fact that you have such a diverse generation working under one roof? How can you actually leverage it to increase revenue, or make life work balance better? Like how are you guys thinking about approaching these whole multi-generational workplaces?
Yeah. So, okay. So first of all, let me take it back to culture, company culture. So company culture is the personality of a company, yeah? And culture has different dimensions. So like Google's culture is risk oriented, yeah? So the different dimensions can be risk oriented, people oriented, outcome oriented, they're like various dimensions, yeah. So apart from the dimensions as well, there are rituals, stories, and symbols. So rituals are, not that, not that, right? But like practices that a company engages in that identifies them as a company. Um, that can be a ritual. A ritual can be, let's say, every Friday we all unwind down with a workshop where we just talk about the challenges we had at work. Yeah. Um, then from rituals, there's language and then symbols. So language could be, as a company, we decide that this is going to be our way of communicating. So say it's a sales company, we say it's going to be a standard sales pitch. But since you're an alpha, you come from generation alpha or you come from generation X, maybe you like doing your meetings like this, but make sure our language is maintained as is. Yeah. So you can do your style, but you're still in the culture of the company. Then apart from language is now symbols. So symbols could be how the workplace is. So it could be a hybrid workplace or a remote workplace or just, an inbuilt you have to come to the office every day. So with culture, how all the generations are integrating is now strategy as well. So when you're defining your personality of your company, you have to look at what orientation all the generations align in. So let's say everyone is, maybe they work together, there's a lot of coordinating, so there's people orientation. So what are some of the rituals and languages and symbols that we can align to this, so that even if we are, let's say, just having a cup of coffee or we're having a meeting, there's a certain type of language decorum that is maintained, because we know this is our personality at the end of the day. So once you make it clear that this is the personality and this is the culture of the company, everyone is in line. They know what's the deal, and everyone can get to do it according to their generational wishes. So it always starts with the strategy. So you have to make sure the dimension is very clear and is mutually inclusive. So culture, it's very good to include people when you're making these decisions, just so that they know now this is, it's culture. So then there's now that collective, mutual understanding between different generations. Yeah.
No more questions, Your Honor.
There is further feedback from Andrew. One, I don't know if you could elaborate slightly more on the last point you mentioned in terms of one, did the response given satisfy the question you'd raised, and two, a bit more elaboration on your point. Anyway, you said no more questions, Your Honor. Tony?
Wait, have
Yeah.
you just asked a question? Have you asked
Yes.
a question?
No. This is to someone. This is to someone.
Oh,
who's,
okay.
This is to someone who's. This is to someone who's watching the stream,
Okay.
not to you. This is addressed to one of our fans. Woohoo. Or maybe it's one of your fans. I don't know.
Woohoo.
But yeah. So as we wait for that, and hopefully the response comes in before we wind up, because we are getting towards that time of the episode. Any questions from you?
None, Your Honor.
Guy behind the mic? No. Did you say nam or nan?
Oh, I do, as a closing remark from you,
Yeah.
I want you to, in like 5 describing words, okay? Adjectives.
Okay, adjectives, not
Yes,
adverbs.
adjectives.
Okay.
Or you mix them up, or is, how does the future of work look like? This will be your closing.
That was to you, I think.
Yes.
Why you look at me?
I don't tell me it's been hard.
It's not about it.
Guys, so if I don't get the adjectives, adverbs correct, but I'd say
I
it's
will call you out.
innovative,
Okay. Adjective.
fast,
Adjective.
creative. It's really bright. It's really, I feel like it's going to be so bright for the upcoming generations. That's not an
That's fine.
Yeah. No. Even fast. Fast can work as an
No, fast
adjective
is
or as
fine,
an
yeah.
adverb, but
Fast is fine.
adjective, it's fine. You're good.
So I've used 4:
So,
creative, innovative, fast.
And furious.
I've forgotten my 4th one.
Right.
I say bright. Yes, it will be very bright. Yeah, 4. 5, it will have Tony in it.
Oh. Oh. Tony.
not an adjective though, but
No,
but you get me.
Tony, this way you say, I can be your adjective. That's creepy.
And on that note,
no, check it.
Thank you.
No. I mean, forget it.
Or I can be your perfume. But okay. Yeah.
Are you trying to say I smell bad?
No. Oh my God. No. Have you not watched this movie of, perfume that is made of skin? Sorry, the movies I watched.
Huh?
This guy who used to skin people and then make perfumes of.
Yes.
You've seen that movie?
Time out. Ref, time out.
Sorry, I had one last disclaimer. So Please, if you ever need a system, trust me, it's very cheap. It's as low as $4 per employee. Like I said, you don't have to buy all the modules, but look at it in the case of this is gonna support my company for the future.
Sorry, no. This is what you should have said. Shameless self promotion. This is going to promote my company. But anyway,
I'm a partner, I'm not an employee. So if you ever want to reach out to me, I'm Shirley Omari on all social media.
excellent. And parting shot from Andrew, who has been very active actually. AI overall is great and is the future. So someone who agrees.
Yay.
This sounds like one of your fans. Yeah. This sounds like one of your fans. It's fine. No, but we're not hating. Thank you. Thank you for your engagement, Andrew.
Will I be able to see the comments after?
I don't know, but
Oh no.
it's funny that I'm a tech guy who really doesn't
No.
understand or
Can
get
I
some of
see?
no. Hold up. No. You've got. Hold up.
I mean, I
hold up.
can, but may I see?
That's. Yeah. This is it. Just. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hi, Mercy. That's my sister.
Oh.
Oh, Andrew. Andrew's in Strathmore with us.
Oh, he was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know. now,
Hi,
now,
Andrew. Hi, Mercy. Thank you so much for joining in.
now we're in the know your Linda Nyangwa. Sorry, Shirley Omari.
Just call me Linda.
I
Linda
guess.
Nyang- Wow.
I guess that's it for today's show.
Yes, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share, comment, like. Bye.
You were struggling to hold back your laugh. Oh, sorry, we didn't do the usual thing we do.
So is it done?
No,
Oh.
not yet.
Okay.
Not
Sorry.
yet. Sorry, we hold up. On that note,
FTG out.
there we go. Now we're done.
Yay.
Thank you, muchacho. Gracias, muchachos.
Is it done? Okay.